Hey, so I want to show you something. If you look over here, you see Nielsen's Market. You see this hill over here? They want to build 300 units on that hill. And this is the reason they want to do it. All of this is Solvang. There's a sewer that runs right here. And as we go up, I'm going to show you where the sewer stops. Because Los Olivos is thinking about putting a sewer system in. And if the sewer system goes in, it's going to run down right down this road. And there's a thing that's called builder's remedy. So right over here, right, this is a whole neighborhood. It's not that big. It's a great neighborhood. I love it. I know people who live there. It's awesome. But this is where the sewer goes. Right here, and all of these houses, they all tap into it. Up here at Sunnyfields Park is where the sewer ends. And because the sewer ends, development has ends. So if a sewer pipe runs down this road all the way to Los Olivos, this will all get developed. I grew up in Southern California when it was all dairies, and then as soon as it became more valuable as a home, it became a home and the dairy sold out. So look, this is all farmland. This is a perfectly flat piece of property that would be a huge neighborhood. Right to your right, Sunnyfields Park, and this is right where the sewer ends. So we went from suburbia, town, right into the country. This is why you love living here. This whole area on the right, this would be all neighborhoods. It'd be all homes. Look to your left. Over here, all this perfect ground, this farm ground, which is hard to farm, right? This, as soon as it becomes more valuable at a house, they're going to sell, and this is going to become an absolute neighborhood. So this is Almo Pintado. Everything on your right, there's still pastures, there's still opens, but this is all changes because there's a thing called builder's remedy. Builder's remedy is you can bypass city, you can bypass county. Look at over here. This is this open field, total neighborhood. This farmland, all of it, neighborhood. When builder's remedy comes in, as soon as you have builder's remedy, you bypass cities, you bypass town, you bypass every community aspect, and a developer could build whatever they want because they're going to build low-income housing, a few of them, and they build a huge neighborhood. And then all of that land that maybe is, a few $1,000s each, it becomes worth $1 million an acre. And then the county, the city, the state can put property tax on top of it. So basically, all of a sudden, all of this land becomes extremely valuable because it's flat. There's a sewer, there's an electric pole right here that they can all hook into. And all of this rural farmland becomes a house. Right now, there's all these zoning laws that protect it. This stays open because of protection. These areas over here, these pastures, stay protection. Look at this vineyard. This vineyard, as soon as this vineyard is worth more money per acre as a house, bam, it becomes a house. All of this, we're just driving through rural, walnuts, vineyards on your right, open parcels, open area, space, cattle grazing. This becomes Cerritos, California. That's exactly what happens. As soon as this property, look how beautiful. Oh, I want to live here. Perfectly flat ground. All of this, vines come out, houses go in. That's exactly what a pipe down the middle of this road will do. That's 100% what it'll do. All of a sudden, everything that makes it beautiful, the snow globe gets cracked. And all of a sudden, we're pumped in. And if you're pumped in and you're pumping wastewater out of it, right down the road over to Solvang, where then they treat it and then they pump it into the river, all of a sudden, these are all homes because the builder's remedy bypasses the community's voice. All of a sudden, it becomes, what is this what can we do with this land to make it the highest dollar value property possible? Like, look, how many houses could you build here? You could build a neighborhood on one little parcel, on one little zone. And then all of a sudden, all of this becomes everything on your right. It becomes house, 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 house. And all of this open land, all the stuff we love so much, this vineyard, gone, gone. You can build, even if it's one house per acre, you can build 30 houses right here. This, look at it, perfectly flat. Oh, it would be perfect to build houses on. But we can't do that because we have zoning laws, we have restrictions. So not having a sewer pipe down this street is not a flaw. It is a feature because it keeps rural. In 1991, Malibu, they were going to run a pipe right down the middle, like right on PCH. So all these things could tie into it. And they saw what I saw. They knew that industrialization, they're going to pave over heaven and put in a parking lot. And all of this would transform, bang, 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 bang. It's going to happen over 10 years, over 15 years. But it's never going back. It's never going back. This will all become homes. And then nobody's going to grow that anymore. And that is a travesty because it is so hard to do this. It is so hard to grow something out of the ground and feed your family. It's almost impossible. It feels impossible. But here we are doing it. And why do we do it? Because it is satisfying. Because it is us fighting back against living over the hill in Southern California, which I grew up in. I saw it. I love that area. But this is where we escape to. This is where I wanted to raise my kids. And when this town of 1,000 people becomes 3,000, 4,000, when it's congested, right? Then all of a sudden, what do we leave? It just came here. It found us. And it all comes from a pipe going right down the middle of this house, right down the middle of this road. Look at this. Look at this. This has been the local grocery for 120 years. Look at this field. They're growing hay. Look to your right. This is what it becomes, a neighborhood. The Hertel stood in front of the bulldozer here, mortgaged everything they had so they could buy that to keep it a field to grow hay. And if this is, without them, this is that. Like that, instantly. Because look, perfectly flat. How many houses could you put in there? 100. You could put 100 houses there. And 100 houses, 4 people each. All of a sudden, just in that little 20 acres, we almost doubled the size of our town. And then pretty soon, right down the middle of this street, where that flagpole is in the middle of town, somebody's going to hit it. And one day, somebody's going to hit that flagpole, and Caltrans is going to show up, or the county or whoever, and say, "Oh, this is a liability. We can't have this little town of 1,000 people that look around you. All of this is hanging by a thread. It is so hard to live here. It is so hard to make a business here. The reason that these are all tasting rooms is because they're low impact, right? One person working a tasting room, you're selling, it's basically a farm shop, right? And then one day somebody's going to hit that flagpole and they're going to tear it out and it's going to be done. It's over. It's over. And I'm talking to you, my son, right? We have so much to gain by a sewer being here. But your dad, your grandpa, and Uncle Harv, and our family, when this property right here came up for sale, right? When it could have been, the best use of this could have been a gas station. And urbanized, and buildings, and everything else, you know? That's what shows up right there. That's what shows up. And all of a sudden, we're going to pave it, and we're going to put over a parking lot. And all the open spaces are gone. And we're never going to get it back. This place is a snow globe. This place deserves to be protected. Not having a sewer here is not a flaw, it's a feature. They want us to put in a sewer because one well out of the 5 that they put in is out of drinking water compliance at 10 feet. 10 feet down, they hit water. We are sitting on a gold mine of water. And 10 feet down, they're like, ooh, the nitrate levels are just a little bit high. But we as a community, as a town, they are well below threshold. And they want us to take all of this, trench up every single street, blow it up, make the value of every one of these things skyrocket. Rents will go through the roof. Everything can be whatever it wants. It doesn't have to be a tasting room anymore. They're going to property tax us through the ceiling until everybody's got their neck in a chokehold and they can't even survive to live here, and they have to sell it to someone who is going to take it and bulldoze an 1886 property and put up a 4-story building because that's the best possible use, and that's how they're going to gain the most amount of money for what they put in the ground. And that's what getting a sewer through this town is going to do. We have got to say no. We have to work on advanced wastewater treatment systems that we can stay independent, stay a part of stay away from the industrialization or the suburbanized aspect of the rest of the world. And we have one well that is slightly out of compliance, this much. And they want to take all of this, destroy our community, and run a pipe down the street so every single one of those properties we drove by goes to the highest bidder. That is the hill to die on. That is the hill I'm going to die on.